What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out Stacy's comeback. And just before we get started, I did check out the trailer on my own time. Unfortunately, I kind of regretted it around the halfway mark because things got incredibly interesting. I love the trailer and some of the meanings that I got from it, which are various. And plus, looking at some of the comments, some of those meanings become a little bit more pronounced, I guess, with them literally trapped in the closet, walking out of the closet, having a special someone that makes them realize their own beauty and seeing themselves, and finally creating the change, as like the actual title of the trailer translates to change, or the meaning is change. Which I thought was really interesting, but I just love the moody vibe of that trailer. It was incredibly cinematic, and I love some of the symbolisms in that trailer in terms of like going back into that closet to my own dark past ways of, trapping myself, wanting to escape that closet, then that doorknob becoming a cactus so you cannot open it up because it's going to hurt, which was a metaphor to, even though it hurts, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to make yourself happy and escape this darkness. It may seem hard, but in the end of the day, it could also just be an illusion. Uh, so the pain is more so metaphorical, or the pain is the pain of the unknown more so than anything else. And then you have like the clock, if I'm not mistaken, with all the dials saying now. So now is the time. And just as the girls are literally trapped in that closet, there's the special someone that opens up that door who is almost like sees your worth more than you can ever imagine, who understands you more than you can ever explain. And therefore, the meaning that I got from it, other than some of the more popular meanings that I, became accustomed to in terms of like Stacey literally walking out of the closet. So that's like a very clear insinuation. And there's like a visual of the two girls, which was, a lot of people freaked out over that as well, which was really cool. But other than that, totally a valid, by the way, interpretation, and something that I definitely am thinking about. But also opening up that door to someone's closet, which represents someone's darkness of not being able to come to terms with who they are, whether it's, literally in terms of like the sense of like being closed off in that closet and not being able to come out to someone and express how you feel towards someone of the same gender, or that cactus once is going to hurt because of the, how some people are going to react and all that kind of stuff, in terms of like, I don't know, loved ones, parents, and all that kind of shit, potentially. But opening up that closet to someone's darkness and letting them out, almost like comforting them, and it's basically inspiring them to later in the epilogue of like finding themselves and recognize themselves and no longer run away from themselves, from who they really are. I thought that was really cool. At least that's some of the meanings that I got from it. But I'm excited about, the actual music video for this comeback. So I just wanted to touch on the actual trailer a little bit because I didn't get the chance to actually react to it with you guys. So yeah, let me know how you felt about the actual trailer and what were some of the meanings that you got from it. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into the actual music video. Oh, ice cream. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream. Beautiful monster. Whoa. Interesting. Run to You. That reminded me of that a little bit. Sorry, Ding Dong? Oh. Why is this instrumental giving me some Lady Gaga vibes for some reason? Ooh. Messed up on this place. Ooh. I'm gonna live in my own way. 이제부턴 제대로 play. 몰래 감춘 passion. Now you're gonna fall in love. Are they like? Is that like social commentary or something? Because like to the outside world, they literally look like narcissists. Because they only care about how they look. They walk all over people's things, nearly getting hit by a car and being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you mess up my shot, bitch. Come on. This is really, really cool. No pun intended. The visual of like the same run, like the same pose, it looked very reminiscent of the music video Run to You. The changing of the outfits, creating a mess. It's almost like, you know, STAYC in their not necessarily bad bitch era, but kind of like being actually in a very interesting way. It reminds me a little bit of, not musically, but concept wise, of OOTD by Dreamcatcher, which almost made the girls look like very, you know, cool and almost like narcissistic, very in love with themselves in terms of like being in love with who you are in order to, you know, just there was a couple of different meanings. My original meaning was a little bit different, but after seeing some comments online and what the potential like comeback, the upcoming one could be, there could be a bit of a flip on the initial meaning of that music video. And it's really, really, really interesting. Let's take it back. Let's talk about it a little bit later. Oh. On the rainbow. Whoa. Damn. That was a cool transition. Oh. That was dope. Oh. Damn. This was so fucking cool. As long as she doesn't get ran over by a truck. Okay, we're good. I've been watching too many K-dramas. It seems like there's a fetish for getting people to hit them with a fucking truck or something. This was very different from everything that we've checked out by STAYC, but in a very good way because it's unique. All the stuff that I've seen from STAYC has been absolutely incredible. There are some lyrics that reminded me of, you know, when they talked about the beautiful, the Beauty and the Beast. It honestly reminded me instantly of Beautiful Monster. Run to You was my first song with them, and I loved it. But Beautiful Monster became my favorite and one of my favorite songs of that year, which was really, really surprising because like it seemed like that was a song that divided so many people, and yet for me it was like one of the songs that made me a bigger fan of them. The actual meaning of the song is like them literally kind of like being almost like narcissists, in terms of them not giving a fuck. That's why they're being the way that they are. They are that cheeky and icy thing. Literally, the lyrics say blocking out all of the gazes. Um, so I can't see the world. It's interesting because I'm thinking if I should connect this to the actual trailer for the album. Because, like, in the trailer, they were so consumed with not being able to escape that closet until the door was opened up by that special someone, and then that prompted them to discover themselves, to recognize themselves, and to finally, meet their real selves. So I wonder if this is kind of like them being purposefully, in the concept of the music video, being purposefully oblivious to the outside world because I finally can live as my own self and be happy and in love with myself, because that's what I deserve after struggling and everything else. She's literally not gonna move a muscle unless it benefits her. I'm not sure. Then you have like the mirror breaking because it's actually interesting because I'm breaking the perception that you may have of me. I'm living. She literally says I'm gonna live in my own way. So I'm literally breaking the mirror and breaking your perception of me because that's not the me that you knew. Even I don't know myself and I'm breaking the mirror to discover myself, much like the trailer kind of like insinuated, as everybody kind of like looks at them like they're crazy, like they're so high on their horses and whatnot, when in reality, they're just I guess they're just trying to discover themselves in some way, but they taken it to a very extreme route, which I can appreciate, honestly, because it creates like some comedic relief in some of the instances. It also potentially represents the fact that, uh, no matter how who is watching or what anyone thinks, just do what you like to do because people are going to judge you regardless. So just do your own thing. Like even the visuals, I didn't even realize that she's walking the sidewalk when the light is literally red. And the road is under construction, literally. So it's like literally breaking the rules and being myself. Like maybe I'm like thinking a little bit too much about this, and they're like literally doing everything that society tells you not to do. So to everything that society says no, you do yes, and this is like their way of being happy. Like even like the kids waiting for the ice cream, but she got the ice cream first, and then karma kind of like hits a little bit, and one of the ice cream bowls actually falls off, like jumps to its death, which was really really interesting. Like I I feel like the music video itself is super giddy. It's incredibly like it has so much quirk and goofiness to it in such a fun way. um, and the song itself is a lot of fun. Honestly, I I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some comments. People are disappointed. Is this my favorite song by STAYC? I'm not gonna say that. At the same time, my favorite song by STAYC was a song that so many people apparently didn't like either, which was Beautiful Monster. Also, like her walking barefoot towards the end, like being very grounded as opposed to what she was throughout the entire music video. Not sure if that's supposed to symbolize something like transformation, metamorphosis, much like the trailer, change. Very interesting stuff. Beautiful Monster and Run to You are still my top two favorite songs by STAYC. This was still a lot of fun. I don't think that, if a new release isn't instantly the best song ever and doesn't top the best song, then it automatically deserves, a fail rating or something like that. I felt like this song, like you watch my reaction, I had so much fun with this. It makes you smile, it makes you laugh. The girls are so quirky in the music video. The actual instrumental was so much fun. Like the only thing that I can understand people nitpicking on is the length of the song, but I've kind of like grown accustomed to having songs that are fairly short, if not even shorter than this. And like a perfect example for me as a metal fan is there's a band called Throne. that literally all of their songs are like less than a minute and 45 seconds or among those lines. And I'm always blown away by their songs, by the heaviness and everything else that they have. But I'm always like, I wish this was longer. But what I do is just I listen to the song 3, 4 times in a row, and that solves that problem for me. So obviously, let me know how you felt about this concept. What were your expectations? Because I also read that there were a lot of like expectations that made people think that this was going to be in the vein of another concept, like something like Run to You or something along those lines. Let me know your thoughts about this one, and obviously, uh, respectfully, let me know your thoughts and your anticipation of this project, and maybe this is something that is going to take maybe 1 or 2 or 3 listens, because there's a lot of those cases as well of like people saying, well, I'll listen to this for the first time, I wasn't all that into it, but then by the third time I'm kind of hooked, and honestly I can't lie, it's a pretty damn good song. So there's I see a lot of those comments in my reactions as well to whatever song it is, of people having like a preconceived notion of how it's going to be, and therefore it is affecting their bias, and they're biasing against it because it's not what they expected, and it takes them a couple of listens to get into it. If you just didn't feel it, let me know in the comment section. But again, very respectfully. So let's have that discussion in a respectful manner. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Be well and safe wherever you are.